Hey everyone, I'm going to go over how to create the contact page, which is on page 63 in your book or handout. We've already done step 1. Step 2, we need to add the page title. So on the left side, if we click menus and pages, we can click next to the contact page, the circle, and then you can go either to settings or SEO Google, because that's where we're going to be going at the end. And then down here where it says what's the page title, we need to type what's in step 2. And then we can go ahead and just collapse this and close out of this. Okay, now in step 3, we need to enter the following content block as a page title, make the page title prominent. So we need to type call, email, tweet, or just whistle. So I'm going to add an item here, and I am going to add a large heading here. This might be too big, but I can always change it after I type in here. Okay, after I have it typed, I'm going to go ahead and move this over, just kind of resize it here how I want it to be. And then you can edit your text here however you would like to as well, if you want to make it different colors or anything like that too, which you probably have found by now. So there we go. Now, we also need to enter the following as a separate content block. We want to, in step 4, we're going to type in what's in B, and it says to add appropriate links to the email, Twitter, and Facebook text. So first I'm going to add some paragraph text here, and I'll move it so it's centered and worry about some of that formatting and such, I guess, later too. So first I'm going to type everything in here, and I'm going to pause while I do that. So I typed in all this information here in this text box, and I also decided to change my background, which you can do here. I'm not sure if I love it or not, if I'd keep it, but just for now, that's what I'm doing. So they do want us to put in appropriate links to the email, Twitter, and Facebook text. So if I go ahead and select my text here, this one will be to the website, which we're at right now. But if you select that, and in your text settings dialog box that opens, you can click link, and we want this to go to a web address, and I just copied it and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to have it open in a new window because I want the site to still be here. And I'm going to click done. Now, another thing that you can even do is you can even link phone numbers. So if I do here, I can go over here to phone number, and you can put in the phone number. You just have to type in how it would go. So this would be 888-555, and then you'd have to think of gigs and what that is as in numbers instead of like gigs. That won't work. I'm not going to do that though for this here though. And then for the email, I'm going to also create a link for this as well too. So this one will go to an email, and then done. So you can see they have lines underneath them. We could even do the same, like Facebook. This would bring us to the page as well. And so we'll go to web address. That one will work. Not that that's an actual page. This won't work for Twitter, just to put that in. And I see with the link there, I don't have one for that. But as long as you get it for like the email and the Facebook, that would be the most important ones to get. You could also do this differently if you didn't just want text boxes. If there's any other elements you see over here you would like to put in and use instead, by all means you can do that. But the very basic you need is just a text box. So far I just have 2 text boxes basically that are filled in with their information. Now the last part, and something that I enjoy doing, is in step 5. It says create an HTML form and place it below content block B using the text in block C as the form field labels as shown in figure 9. So in order to do this, we need to click the add button on the left side, and then we need to go to contact forms. And you can see there's other ones as well too. There's even one for contests and feedbacks. You can create a job application this way, so you can look through those as well. I'm just going to go to contact, and I am just going to pick one of these that are already listed here. Don't pay attention to the colors so much because we can change that. I think I'll just do, I don't know, I'll just do this one. And then I'm going to click and drag it down. Okay, so they don't have us to have a title up here, so I'm going to keep get in touch. The first form field, they do want us to have name, phone, email, event, and then event date. So no matter what type of form you use, it won't really matter. So on your first control on here, I just went ahead and I double clicked, and I want this placeholder text to just read name. And you can put the colon after it if you want to or not, it doesn't matter to me. And then they also want us to have phone, so I will double click this and change this to read phone. And then they want email. Oh, that one is email, yay. And then they want this one to be event. And then they also want one for event date. And then that's all they have. They do want a submit button, which all of these should have one. Now for me, I have an extra one. I'm just going to delete it, and it's gone. Now you can also add a new field as well on here, and then you can go ahead and put more in there if you need it as well too. So this one here is actually for phone, and so if I wanted to, I could use that one. And let's say I wanted to put in like an email one, I could do that as well too. You only have so many that you can include though as well. So just to keep that in mind. So you can kind of, oops, don't want to move it that far over, undo that. So you can kind of mess around with it and play and create what you want with this too, but these are the 5 that you need to have on your form. And I'm just going to move them around a little bit here. Now once you have your form created, so I have all my fields that I need, and you can just do add field and move them how you want to. I don't quite like the look of this. It doesn't match my color scheme I have going with my website. So if I have my form selected, I can click the little paintbrush here for design. And then if I go down to customize design, I can go ahead and change my different colors that I have on here. So I've been using like this lime green if I wanted to do that. And I can change it here so it's not so see-through as well. And you can do borders and change all of that on here too. So this is where you would go to change that. Let's see my text itself too. Let me see if I can go to edit. I can also go ahead and customize my design here. Oh, there it is, my text. Yeah, I don't want that to be blue. No thanks. Anyways, so when you go throughout it, I'm going to stop messing around with that for right now, but that's how you go and create your contact form. And you can move it how you want to as well. If you think it would look better like next to this and you want to move it over, that's fine. Just make sure when you preview this, which I will do right now, you can see what it looks like here. So I could change this to a transparent background, I'm sure. And then here I can go ahead and put in my information. So like wedding. The wedding today, I need a DJ for, help me out. And then you click submit. And you may be wondering, like, where is this going? So let me go back to my editor. With my form, if I go to form settings, and what will happen is you can get like a submit message on here as well too, so after you do it, but you can get an email notification for each form that is filled out, and it will be sent to your email here. So that's up in your settings here. I made a website before that I used to do for a program I was in charge of, and then people would go on and they would ask questions here, and then it was good for me to get the email, so that way I knew that somebody had messaged me basically. And you can have them, after they submit it, you could have them show a success message like, thanks for submitting, so then that way they know that it's come through. So if I fill out your form, you can see where it will be going there with your email. So if you have any questions, just let me know. This would be the last page for your website, so it would be good just to make sure when you're done you publish it as well. But it would be good to view it in the browser and check everything out. All your sites have been really good. So far they look really professional as well too, so it's been really fun to watch you work on them and to grade them. One thing I don't know if I've pointed out, you can up here, you're in desktop, you can switch to mobile too. So if you were to be making a website you can go ahead and see what it would look like on your phone, which is important. I had somebody create a website before, and it looked really good on the desktop, but they were like, people are probably going to be on this on their phone, and it's like, oh, that's not very good. So that's something that web designers have to take into consideration, is to make sure you're designing your websites to be accessed on multiple different platforms and that they still look good.